Today is 22nd of April. Market open positive and trade upward throughout the day, up 31 point to close at 3186. Now this happens after yesterday gap downs, and today bull buy itself nothing really to shout about because the volume is lower. That shows lack of commitment. The resistance remain at 3200 and the support is at this level here at about 3150, and this was tested yesterday. Managed to hold. Important that this level continue to hold, otherwise it will be extremely negative. Mentioned in previous videos that the convergence of the 1326 SMA does show that market is actually losing momentum. In particular, actually we are not able to actually break up this high here, so that form a lower high. Generally, this is not a good development. So we got to be actually very careful, especially the support at 3150. Now let's take a look at the stock we have been discussing. This is SPH posted in one of the thread that we have a resistance at 190 during this upward move, and what happens that actually there were momentary break followed by a severe sell down to white range bar, and this is a weak bar, again very obvious because of the low volume. This stock is actually not tradable in short terms, more likely to be stuck in the trading range, so we'll leave the stock alone. Let's continue. Sembcorp Industry. This stock has a very big consolidation patterns. Managed to break on the upside with the extra wide range bar follow through and currently trade to inside bar. That's this low volume which is healthy. Contraction setup. Look for a break above the high here of 224. Let's continue with Sembcorp Marine. Now this stock actually after this run up is right now stuck in the trend range. Importance to hold above 20 cent, 20 and a half. And we just have to be patient, wait for it to finish its consolidations, and eventually look for a break above this opening price here, which was tested on these occasions. This is at 22 cents. Let's take a look at Keppel Corp. The stock is actually not strong. You can see actually after yesterday gap down, today trade inside bar, low volume, more look like a temporary hot, more like you can move downwards. So this stock is really just for info, it's not tradable, particularly on the long side. CSG Global. This stock actually makes several attempts at this resistance here. Let me just go backwards. Okay, this is a very significant resistance. There were two recent tests and was not able to actually follow through and right retrace. Retracement so far the volume has been low, so we'd like to see what happened, then eventually take out this intraday high here of 59 cents. Let's continue with our tech stock. This is Innotech, also mentions on many occasions. Now $1 is a psychological resistance. Today we managed to actually gap above but fail, and you notice extremely high volume. So again the bets is off. You have actually held these positions. Today is the day to actually exit the trade. Again with a huge daylight, more likely to consolidate sideways, especially after this run up. So we need patience for it to finish its consolidations, and eventually we look for a break on the upside. This is Franken. They're experiencing some fatigue. Notice over here, trading a series of sideways bar. As I mentioned, actually is experiencing some fatigue, so we will just have to be more guarded. This is a small deeper setup. Bar high here is at 163. Again, we break out the upside. We just have to be more careful because it's really overextended. More likely a hit and run. UMS. Hovering below this resistance level. Notice that yesterday itself we also make for the low, but managed to trade off low, so that is slightly positive. But nevertheless, we need some patience here to wait for it to eventually take out this high here, which was tested on many occasions. And this high here is at 140. Another tech stocks, which happens to be an IPO stock, NATO firm. This stock again is quite similar to semiconductor industry, very big consolidation patterns. It actually broke on the upside with a gap, but unfortunately it didn't follow through immediately. Yesterday we have a wide range reversal bar. The only consolidation is volume is low. Today you trade another inside, another bear bar, volume is low. I'd like to see what happens, and if you can trade sideways, that will be generally positive, and look for a break above this high here of 550. Now iFast generally start in the trend range, so we just monitor to see what happens subsequently. But you notice very big consolidation patterns, so we just observe and to see whether there's any range expansion. So far you notice the bars are all generally very small. In IPO stocks as stack, the stock managed to take out this high here today, but close poor. Very much like Indotex, trade a wide range reversal bar with high volume. Again, I'd like to see what happens. If you can trade sideways, that will be positive.